Alright, guys. So, I feel like there's a couple of things we need to talk about as far as reptiles are concerned. And excuse my terrible voice, because obviously I have allergies. But, one of the things that nobody talks about when it comes to reptile stuff is just simply the fact that it's a hard dream. It's a hard habit. Habit? Yeah, habit. It's a hard hobby to have. So, like, if you did want to take it to the next level and be like Brian Barczyk or Adam from Wiccan's Reptiles, like I said, excuse this. Shouldn't be filming this today at all, but it's when I had time. You have to work and work and work and work. It's not something that's just going to fall into your lap. And most of everybody around you is going to basically tell you that it's not going to happen. They're going to tell you that it's a false hope, it's a false dream, you aren't ever going to make it. But why not? People make it with their art, people make it with their music, people make it with all the other stuff that they love to do. And all of those people that saying you're never going to do it, well, that's just because they haven't tried to do theirs. Or somebody once told them that they can't. Basically, too many people in this world are saying, you can't, you can't, you can't. When in all reality, you freaking can, man. You just have to work at it every day. You can't give up. You can't let people tell you, oh, you're not going to be able to do that, blah, blah, blah. Because if you do, well, there went your dream. And everything you've been freaking working for. Like me, for instance. I've had to start over on reptiles like 12 times in the last 6 years. That should have been enough for somebody to be like, nah, this just ain't for me. The universe is saying don't do it. But you see, I think the universe is pushing me harder. I honestly believe that if I open up a reptile store in Purcell or Lexington, which is where I'm from, it will flourish. Because there's so many people here that want me to open up a shop. They ask me all the time, hey Becca, do you got bugs in stock? Hey Becca, do you have this? Hey Becca, do you have that? And a lot of times, because I haven't opened up my store, I don't have anything in stock because I have nowhere to put it. Can you see that? That is styrofoam and bee pollen and pretty much all of the things that I need to make reptile enclosures, like the backgrounds that I make, along with things that I need to keep my own reptiles. I need more space. So I am looking into getting a building and possibly opening up shop. But the only problem with that is I recently became unemployed. Which also doesn't help, because then your family's like, hey, get a job. Hey, get a real job. Hey, get a real job. This is a real job. If I breed crested geckos, that's a real job. If I was to, breed bearded dragons, which I'm not going to, but that would be a real job. Just because it's with animals doesn't make it not a real job. In fact, having this as a hobby is a part-time job. It takes, at least 28 hours a week to clean and water and feed and do all of those things. So it's technically a job. It's just one that only pays me when I sell animals. Or feeders, or backgrounds. If I had more backgrounds going out, it wouldn't be as bad. By the way, guys, I do make custom backgrounds. Custom backgrounds. So, when it comes to custom backgrounds, I have, like, this guy right here. I don't know what that looks like because I can't see it right now. But that's just a little basic one. Something like that would cost me like $40 to do for you. That's all you pay, $40. Right now it's housing my isopods. because that's what I want in there, but I have plenty of crested geckos. I have all of these enclosures over here that I work on. Give me just a second and I'll show you guys that too. But there's a crested gecko. Just chilling on the tree. Got some food down there. Doing whatever. Eggs. We have eggs that are incubating. They're all working on it. That one right there doesn't look like it's gonna make it, but the rest look pretty good. So, not only do I have reptiles for sale, but I have backgrounds, like I said. I started off doing crappy backgrounds, though. Like, I'll show you one of my first backgrounds I ever made. It's funny looking. You can see back there, I don't know if the light's in the way or not, but, you can see where, like, the spray foam is coming through, because that's that spray foam and substrate, you know, silicone substrate that you do. And after about 3 years or so, it just starts coming off. There's nothing living in that right now, though. I also sometimes have my reptiles in tubs. There's nobody in there right now, but this is my baby setup. When they get a little bit larger and they can fit in a cup. I don't even know what this is picking up, to be honest with you, because I can't see. It's a phone on a stick with a light and a microphone. Because you gotta start somewhere, right? Some of my better crested gecko enclosures that I've done, though, that actually look pretty legit, would be this guy. So you've seen that. Something like that would cost me about $150 to $200 to make that for somebody. But, I mean, like, I have some pretty cool stuff. I have a whole little rack setup over here, which is kind of my quarantine if it's a leopard gecko, but also my bug setup. So, there's your bug rack for you. You can see my beetles at the top. Rescue gecko that I just got the other day that needs some serious moisture. Humidity, that's the word I was looking for. So right now she's in the humid box because she needs some help with some shed and a couple other things. I'm also giving her medication. Yeah, so, I mean, like, I have certain bugs. I have mealworms. I'm working on breeding superworms. That's actually kind of hard, though. I don't know if anybody else does that, but superworms are really finicky. Like, they will not pupate unless you put them in one of those little jewelry box things that I had my eggs in. So, like, right now, I have a couple superworms in here, and actually 2 of them have turned into the pupae already. So, like, they go from this to this little alien right here. I don't know if that's gonna actually show, but it's a weird little creature. Maybe I can get it to show better like this. I could just move it up some. So from that to that. From being in this box. But if you don't have them in this box, they won't do it. Because they don't trust each other. Because they will eat each other. But anyways, the whole point to this really was just don't give up on yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not going to happen. Oh, and in case anybody was wondering, yes, my nails are dirty as fuck. But that's because I was going through the dirt looking for eggs just before I decided to make this video. Like I said, full-time job.